Welcome to Prajna Spark's Full Moon Sit, a monthly offering of meditation practice to meet our daily lives with wisdom, love, and courage. I am Lama Yeshe, and today I'll be exploring a practice that I've been calling the miracle of yes. Today happens to be the day of miracles, or Chütral Duchen in the Tibetan calendar, one of 4 holidays that mark signal events in the life of the Buddha Shakyamuni. Chütral Duchen, the Day of Miracles, commemorates a period of time when the Buddha displayed miracles to melt the skeptical mind, those that are wary or perhaps a little loaded down with theories and ideas and opinions, perhaps a little bit unsure, perhaps guilty, afraid, embarrassed, whatever it might be. The Buddha did this not to impress or to entertain, but as a skillful method that responded with compassion to particular doors that were open in that moment in the minds of beings receiving these miracles. In many ways, Buddhist practice is about precisely that, offering us a cornucopia of methods that meet us right where we are, any one of which may open a door to greater clarity and peace in our heart-mind. Today, I want to look at a quieter miracle than the Buddha displaying incredible manifestations in the sky. This is a miracle that is available to us at any time, again and again, in ordinary life, and one that has felt really important in my personal exploration and practice for some time now. I find it surprisingly meaningful and stabilizing, and I invite you to give it a try. What I call the miracle of yes does not mean yes as blind agreement or yes that is tolerant of harm. It is not yes as spiritual bypass. Rather, it's a yes that is a willingness to meet reality with warm, affectionate openness and without tightening into a verdict. This is yes as a choice to stay curious, to stay responsive, to leave room for what else might be true. What more is happening that I don't know about? From the perspective of science and our own nervous system, we have really good experience of how quickly the mind moves into contraction. The judging, thinking, conceptual mind evaluates, it predicts, it defends. That's its function. That is not a moral failure. It's simply the old machinery of armoring. Dharma invites us to something more spacious and more courageous. Can we honor apparent reality, the facts, the impact, what is happening, with unblinking honesty, and at the same time, remember genuine reality, the openness of mind, the infinite potentiality of emptiness, and the truth that experience is not real the way we think it's real. The Buddha never says that what we're experiencing is not real at all, just not real the way we think it's real. This practice really brings us alive in immediate ways, which you can connect with right now. At heart, it's a practice of magnanimity of spirit that is spacious enough to hold the full breadth of what appears to be real and generous enough to allow it room to breathe. It is a simple and profound frame for a practice that many of us may feel we need right now. A willingness to hold as our default interpretation scheme a warm regard for ourselves, for others, and for our mutual stumbles towards clarity. This is a relational way of being that is embodied and alive in and to the world. So in this meditation, we will practice 3 dimensions of yes. Yes to the facts. Yes to our inner experience. And yes to infinite potentiality, shunyata, the emptiness. We will let the heart soften without becoming naive. Let the mind open without becoming vague. And rest in the simplicity and security of awareness itself, where yes is not an idea, but a lived sense of spacious clarity. Let's begin. First, just arrive in your room and the space enveloping the body, in the body itself, sinking into the seat and allowing the muscles, the skin, the tissues and the sinews to drape on the skeleton softly, easefully. Shifting into rest. Find a posture that is alert, easy to hold, and kind to your body. It should feel dignified to hold the posture. From there, feel the contact points where the body meets a surface, maybe the ground or cushion, chair, or your own legs, at the points of the feet, the hands, the seat, and allow the eyes to soften, whether open or closed. From there, just inhale and exhale naturally for a few seconds. And then gently change the rhythm to regulate the breath. So you breathe in and then exhale for slightly longer than your inhale. You don't need to count. Your body knows. As you inhale, receive the breath. And as you exhale, say yes to this moment. Inhale, receive. Exhale, yes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Continue for a little while. Now we'll shift to meditative inquiry, where I will pose a situation, some questions, or a prompt, and you can just allow yourself to explore how that feels viscerally, how it feels in the body. You touch into an experience, but go underneath it. Immerse yourself in your visceral response. And then, from time to time, we'll pause and rest right within our own inner experience. First, bring to mind a situation from the last few days or up to a week, something that activated strong emotion of some kind, not the very worst one or the very best one, something workable. Briefly recall the situation, naming only observable facts, as if you were a camera or a recorder. Who is there? What happened? What did someone say or do that was activating for you? Just the facts. Let the data be data. No storyline. Notice the impulse to elaborate and let it go. Now connect with the body's response. As you recall the situation, where do you feel the body's visceral reaction? In the throat, shoulders, the belly, the jaw or the chest, the skin. What's the quality of that response? Tightening, heat, prickling. Name the primary emotion with a simple word: fear, shame, hurt, anger, joy. Offer the miracle of yes to the feeling. Not because you're endorsing it or agreeing or disagreeing, but as permission to let yourself feel. And as you breathe, think, yes, this is here. Yes, this is how it feels. Now, welcome that situation with openness, warmth, and affection for yourself. Ask, what else might be true beyond the story I'm holding? Be magnanimous, but also reasonable. Is there a benign interpretation, something neutral, that recognizes I don't have enough information to know the full story? Perhaps they were overloaded. Perhaps I misunderstood. Or they did. Or we both did. Perhaps the reaction is not about you at all, but their fear. There's no need to deny the impact on you. Simply look on the person, the situation, and yourself with warm regard. Recognizing that perhaps we do not have the full context. Choose to refuse premature certainty. And when you're ready, just rest in that. The miracle of yes begins with generosity, with magnanimity of spirit, that is, warm regard that does not add harshness to uncertainty, does not fill in incomplete data to render a verdict. Notice what happens in the body when you hold a harsh interpretation of your situation. And now, whatever sensation that might be, tight, contracted, brittle, release it and hold an interpretation of warm regard from the space of magnanimity. Now what happens in your body? Holding that warm regard and the spacious steadiness, that ease in the body that is curious and alive to the infinite potentiality of choice. Consider your situation microscopically. What is the next step in the same direction of that somatic flow? Perhaps it's connection, or it may be naming your limit. Perhaps it is stepping back and seeing what time reveals. What is the one clean, respectful sentence you could say to describe this perspective? This is the miracle of yes, that is wise and responsiveness. Rest in that for a time. Now, place one hand on your heart or your belly, and place the other either on top of it or on the other location, one on each site of the body. And as you breathe in, offer yourself warm affection, regard, and care. May I be secure. May I be safe. May I be steady. May I meet life with clarity. May my heart remain warm and light. If you wish, you can then breathe and offer to the other person. May you be unafraid. May you be guided by wisdom. May you be free from confusion. May your every step lead to abundant goodness. From there, let your focus broaden, deepen, and stretch in all directions. May all beings be rich in conditions that awaken mind's true nature, fearless love and wisdom. Now let the phrases go. Release any analysis. Let the mind rest just as it is. Sounds will happen, sensations will happen, thoughts will happen. Practice the miracle of yes that is not interfering. Allow everything to move through the space of awareness. And rest without fabrication, letting experiences arise, remain, and cease, and free themselves on the spot. May the miracle of yes shield us from harshness. May it soften mind without weakening discernment. May it encourage us to step into our full capacity for love, truth, and care. May we embody wise action for the benefit of beings. Please join me in sharing the merit of the positive energy we've generated today with all beings, that it may become a cause for their perfect and complete awakening into Buddhahood, the abundance of mind's true nature. Having attained omniscience through this merit, may we defeat the enemy, wrongdoing, and liberate all beings from this ocean of suffering that is samsara, with its surging waves of birth, aging, illness, and death. Thank you for all that you are.